Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video I'm going to talk about a bit more about Veronica. And Veronica is a woman who is very beautiful in a way. Think of someone who you might have seen in high school that was dressed kind of goth, at least what I remember goth to be, gothic, to be in high school. We only had one, really. It was like it was something new back then. Okay, anyway, yeah, she was the only one. And I remember either it was the prom or I think it was graduation. She received black roses, and you know, it was something new, at least as far as I know back then. It really wasn't new if the romantic history books were to talk about it, you know, back in those eras. And you just hit my car, mister, with whenever he was mowing my SUV. Yeah, you better run. Anyway, I'll have to check and see. But you were here to witness it. No, don't come back. But it didn't. I don't think it hurt it, but you never know. Anyway, where was I? Real life happens right in the middle of the video, right at the beginning of it this time. But anyway, she was. Yeah, we didn't know that black roses was what she would want. We thought somebody was being cruel to her. Seriously. And like I said, I used to, when I was young, I loved to read. I just loved to read anything I get my hands on that was not normal. Yeah. And I did. And I read those gothic. Some of them were called historical, but the same thing. At some point, I think they changed to gothic. Romance novels, they were real thick, you know, and I love to read those. And I also would go and switch to Harlequin romances. Whatever it was, you know, as long as I was able to read lots. We didn't have internet back then, so we didn't have cell phones either. None of that stuff. So not that it was that they didn't exist. My dad actually had a cell phone at some point, but it was one of those big old things that took up the whole console in his truck or whatever he had. Yeah. But anyway, back to Veronica. I do get off on a tangent or something. Oh wait, I'm going to, which lane am I going to? This one. Next one over, actually. Anyway, so Veronica is beautiful, but think of her as a mature adult who was, as a teenager, goth. She doesn't wear all the makeup, but what makeup she does wear is a lot, but not the gothic, but it's very dark, and she wears the eyebrows as thick and as long as she can. And I don't want to say think Elvira. Remember Elvira? But close enough. And but she has it down a little bit. Okay, now she worked for, she wound up being part of a team for Meg, and from Brett's team that Meg was over. She had gotten fired, but yeah, it wound up she was hired back, and so on and so forth. Okay, you all have to see that. The gas yesterday to today. Today it's $2.98. Yesterday, what was it? $3.09, and the day before that it was $3.29. It's going down quite a bit, but it's under $3. Yay! Actually, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't use that much gas. My SUV was new when I bought it, May 2019, and it's got 6,445 miles on it. So I really don't use gas that much. So anyway. They'll tell me to stop veering off, but hey, that's how I am. Always will be, probably. But anyway, so you know, think a little bit like Elvira, but she doesn't have it so Halloweenish. You know, she does have long black hair. Well, some would say that she dyes it. Some would say it's a wig. Whatever it is, it's long, black, curly. She doesn't always have that color. But she really dresses, and she dresses really nice. Okay, had to get out of the school zone, but it's not school zone time. But anyway, so she dresses really nice. Some would say, and that she dresses too nice, too flirtatious, too provocative. Yes, she dresses like a histrionic, and she tries to get attention as any way she can, and often does. She's not so much with the voice and the cackle, unless she wants to be, unless she feels a need to get more attention. And usually she's just kind of average with it, maybe a little more to get the attention. And but the thing about all of it is, I've done videos on her before. The thing is it's not her. It's her persona, and her real personality, her real persona, is rather nice and sweet, and not loud and obnoxious. And when I say loud, I mean loud in many ways. No, but she had learned when she was young that no matter how hard she tried, she was not going to be noticed in like trying to improve herself in any way unless she went to an extreme with it. That's what she learned. To get a job, she had to be more than herself. Herself was kind of normal. Yeah. Nothing very special about it. She didn't wear a lot of makeup. She didn't do all that. And it just didn't get her where she wanted to go. Okay, so she developed this persona. She developed this outside world thing. In her home, she was different with her sisters. She was different. She would even have her clothing somewhere else. So her sisters, she has sisters who have different things going on with them. Okay. Come on. I was going over here on purpose. But anyway, she really didn't want them to know what she was outside of the house, how she got where she got, where she wanted to go. So, but it was starting to get to her. But then she got lucky on something. Working with Meg and all that. Meg kind of figured it out. Meg had a clue. Meg is a very smart woman. She picks up on things that maybe a lot of people don't pick up on. And she picked up on this with that Veronica was not the goth, not the the wild woman. And that she was basically putting off Brett, who I've done videos about Brett. He's narcissistic, because she knew, Veronica also knew all about Brett, what Brett was, rather narcissistic. But yeah, Meg figured out that Veronica, not really histrionic. It's just a game she plays to get what she wants, because she's figured it out. That's how she gets to where she wants to go. So, and speaking of where to go, I'm going to go do my exercise. And guess where I'm exercising? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to this new Dollar Tree, and that's exercise for me. So, I just went to the big one, huge one. I think it's the biggest one in Texas. And with Texas, yeah. And I went to that 2 days ago. Yeah. And the inside of it's actually, the aisles are shaped like a tree, and the tree trunk is like right in the middle, of course, like a tree. And it's just huge wide lane, and it's pretty neat. I've been going to it for years. Anyway, I'm going to go do my exercise. Okay, since real life happens, there was no chip or no bump or no anything on my SUV, so that whatever hit it didn't hit it that hard to do so. I went into Dollar Tree, did my little exercise, had an immediate reaction. I probably have a really red face, somewhat, yeah. Allergic reaction. A woman, I thought I was leaving, she said, "How are you?" I said, "For some reason I came in here and it got real hot," and before I finished, she said, "It's hot in here." And it is. Kind of warm in there. It's 89 degrees right now, but anyway, outside. But yeah, I had an allergic reaction, big time. Whatever was in the air. And I mainly bought composition books. And a couple of rubber balls for my dogs. Let's see how fast they tear these up. I don't think they can. Did I finally find something after all these years that they were not, either set, one I had before this one, cannot tear up. Everything, pretty much everything they would tear up somehow, some way. Yeah. Okay, and some paper plates. Pretty much it. A little bit of odds and ends. Okay, now what's this? Yeah, it was a little obstacle course, huh? I passed it with flying colors. I've only been driving, 40 plus years? So, I better pass it, huh? Yeah. Anyway, back to Veronica, right? And it's hot. I can't believe I feel like this. Same thing happened to me yesterday after I got out of the grocery store. Whew, I mean, I've had allergies my whole life, I believe. And pretty much, feels like sand in my skin, my face, and burning sensation. I try to find something to clean it, like some kind of wipes that didn't have alcohol or other stuff that I know that I probably would react to also, and I couldn't find it. Anyway, back to Veronica. Where was I? Well, I was talking about Meg, and that Meg has figured Veronica out and kind of has decided, she's not going to, of course, tell Brett, but she has decided she's going to let Meg follow her own lead, and what she's going to do is for her team in investigations. Now, she's already been on drama and commentary channels, review channels, this kind of thing, because they really don't like that at Virtual County. They really don't like it. And as far as Brett's, they're trying to tone it down some, because some people got way too bizarre, way too out there, and totally against their terms of services, their own kind of, their guidelines and all that. And so they're trying to fix some of that. And it's not, it's against what the contracts people actually signed when they went to sign up for it. Oh boy, another mess. Okay, another obstacle course. So, anyway, here's the school zone. Okay, finally through that school zone. It's a long one, it really is. I don't know if there's some set limit, but no, it's a long one. But I taught at that school, visiting teacher. Many of them I did around here, visiting teacher. So, yeah. Okay, now where was I? Oh my goodness, so many distractions. But this is how it's going to be. It always has been, hasn't it? But Veronica, yeah. Back to Veronica. Haven't we said enough about Veronica? But really, yeah. Meg decided that she's going to let Veronica, take her own lead, do what she needs, and she winds up, besides the drama and commentary kind of review, this kind of thing, she wants to focus quite a bit on beauty community. Okay, this is a woman who, nobody knows it, but maybe now Meg and one other. She does all this makeup and everything to change her appearance on purpose, to be away from the ordinary average person to one that fits her persona. And so she wants to focus on the beauty community, and she already knows that there's too much drama in it, and she's going to help them to change that back, to where people are abiding by the terms of services and the guidelines and all that, and not just doing anything and causing a lot of trouble. And they already know that the trouble is, it can come from within the trouble comes from, mainly, they believe, one part of the county, one town in the county, which has a history. It's actually called the outlaws, okay? And this comes from the history. They just didn't change it. They didn't want to. They felt they had a rich history and they want to keep it. But the people there are rougher and tougher and can cause trouble. Not at all. No town should have a reputation, because not everybody in the town does the same thing. Yeah. Some don't deserve the reputation. But anyway, that's what she wants to focus on, so she's going to do that. She's going to focus on the three combined. You know, if you've been on long enough, you'll know that some of these combine. And into any, really, it can be the commentary and the drama. They might latch on to some kind of online community, true crime, or even the shopping community, whatever, and they latch on, and so they create more drama, and of course they get clicks, as people call it, clicks and views from it, and money. For some of it just equals money. And that's why they're suspecting that the people who are doing it are coming from the town, the main town, the only really town in the county that is not wealthy. That's what they think. We shall see. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.